Welcome to Quick Shots, a short format traditional archery podcast, where we introduce you to some of the world's most influential traditional archers, and occasionally, some random dudes. I'd like to send a big shout out to our sponsor, Archery Pass. For all your trad archery products, Archery Pass, making archery's past part of your future. ArcheryPass.com. Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers. Hey, welcome to the show, Trevor. How are you?
Hey man, how you doing?
Pretty good. So you've been on my bucket list to get you on this show, so I'm really happy that you're able to do this now, and it all worked out. So that's really cool. So you know I think you probably know how the show is structured. Is we want to talk a little bit about you and how you became a traditional archer. And then I want to talk about, Single String Bootcamp. And then I want to talk about your awesome strings, Triple T strings. I have Triple T strings. I know a bunch of people that have them. I recommend them all the time. I mean, if you're in the United States or Canada, I just love them. Anyway, we'll get to that, though. We'll get to that.
All right.
But hey, man, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone and then just tell us what your origin story is. How did you get started in traditional archery?
Sure, yeah. So for those that don't know me already, my name is Trevor Fielder, and I've been pretty much traditional my whole adult life. I got a compound around high school, something like that. We lived out in the middle of nowhere, so hunting and fishing was a big thing for us. That was kind of like really the only pastimes we had. I started with a compound. I was pretty successful considering that I lived in a small town and really didn't have any kind of a target compound. I shot a few indoor rounds at the local club, and then one day some guy walked in with a 60-pound. It was a PSE. It was a Heritage Series Raven by Jeffrey Archery, and those bows are still around. I know some people that have them, and I've made a few strings recently for them. But yeah, so he just walked in with it, and that was the first one I'd ever seen. At that time, I know I'm not that old, but there was no internet. So, no Facebook, no internet. You couldn't, you didn't have exposure to things. So this guy walks in and I see my first recurve and I have to go over and talk to him. Next thing I know, he had my compound in his hand and I had his recurve in my hand, and they never went back the other way. So that was it. I traded right on the spot. I had no idea if that was a good deal or not. Like, I thought, because at the time, still living at home, I actually was worried that my parents were going to be mad at me for trading something that was probably worth a lot more for something that was worth a lot less, because I had no idea what this recurve was worth. And so I hid it, and I was practicing in the field behind the house, where no one could see me, for a week or two before I finally told somebody, hey, I don't have that anymore. I traded for this recurve thing. But yeah, so that was it, man. I think I might have owned a compound or two after that, did a little hunting with them, but I guess the last probably 15 years I haven't done anything but traditional archery. So
you're doing the hard stuff too. So you're doing the longbows.
Yeah. I do it all. I own all of them. The wall back here, everything from an ASL up to I've got several barebow rigs. I truly enjoy all aspects of the sport. But I guess most people, there's a little bit of turnover in traditional archery. Some of us are the old folks that have been here forever, but there's a lot of new folks in the sport. And if you haven't met me except for the last couple of years, then, that's really all I've done is I decided at one point, I've been doing this now 20 years, and about 2 years ago, I said, this is going to be coming up on my third year. I said, okay, I got to give this wood arrow thing a try. So obviously longbows are the perfect choice when you're shooting wood arrows. And that's just been it, man. I laid everything down except for hunting season. I pick up a few aluminums. And I've just shot wood, and, I've been trying to learn that craft and perfect it and pick up stuff from some of the old guys before they get too old to teach me.
That's good. And then you're going to be the old guy. Not now. I mean,
yeah.
Years for that, but
I'm getting there quick, man. I'm aging like milk.
That's funny, man. No, like fine wine. You're going to be one of the main guys, and you're one of the main people who is putting together the Single String Bootcamp. Can we talk a little? Do you mind talking a little bit about that and what that's all about?
Yeah, so the Single String Bootcamp, so that's pretty much a weekend for anybody who shoots a single string bow. And we call it single string bow because, again, ASLs all the way, longbows, recurves, doesn't matter what arrows you have, all the way up to a bare bow Olympic recurve. If you shoot a bow that just uses a single string to brace itself, this is the weekend for you. So we're going to be, we've broadened it. We had one 2 years ago, and it was kind of focused narrowly on competing and on joining, for people who were interested in joining the 3D World Team. And that was kind of who came, and we had a great time. But now we've sort of broadened it. We've started a nonprofit. We have we got some new goals, and we want to help everybody. So we have people literally coming to this thing that started archery this year, all the way up to guys like Lee Wilkins. I mean, he posted the other night that he signed up, and we all know who he is. I mean, he was on the podium at Lancaster mowing them down until he couldn't shoot anymore, right? I mean, so that's the breadth of talent that's coming to this thing. Not to mention the mentors that'll be there. So, goals for the whole event is just to help every single person who comes get better before they leave, before the end of the weekend. So, for the price of admission, you are going to go home better, and you're going to go home with a lot of stuff to work on and some new ideas and some things that are going to help you to continue to progress with your archery.
Oh yeah. I'm signed up. I think I was like number 5 or
yeah.
Yeah.
You were in the top 5, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not missing this. I mean, when I kind of had an insight of who the talent was going to be there, I mean, just even you being there, who was on the U.S. team, you got Fawn Gerard, Dwayne Martin, Mark Hodge from here, just up the road, like really 50.
Yeah, Mark Hodges is coming, right?
He's coming.
We've got people coming. John Dimmer's going to be there. We have Friday night. We're kicking it off Friday night with a dinner, and then right after the dinner, we have Daryl Pace coming. And I mean, he was World Archery's Archer of the Century. So, that's how we're going to start this thing. So, yeah, I mean, the talent is amazing. I mean, every person that's coming as a mentor has donated their time. We're not paying anybody to be there. Yeah. 100% of these people are donating because they're backing the nonprofit and are, the goals and what we're trying to do to help out people in the community. So, everybody's coming on their own dime, and it's going to be awesome.
Let me remind, our listeners and viewers here, just one sec. I have an interview with Mark Hodges, excuse me, in my archive, and you can go listen to him. But here's what was funny about that. Not funny. It was sad and pathetic, actually, about not him. He was awesome. But about what he told me. He said when he went to Worlds in Italy, last time he was there, France or Italy, I forget what it was, not only did they have to pay their own way, they had to buy their own shirts, like Team USA shirts.
Right.
That's sad. That's bullshit. And so what this is doing is helping to put money into the pockets of people who do make the world team, though, the U.S. team, and then they don't have to pay for those things. And I don't know why we don't support our archery team as well as we should. But every other country, like you guys will be our USA team in Italy this year will be competing against professional athletes, people who get paid all the time. Just I want to remind everyone that this isn't just these guys trying to make some money for nothing, right? This is actually supporting Team USA too. All the proceeds are going there. Is that right, Trevor?
Yeah, and the future of this will be even broader than that. We're looking short to midterm to help supplement the cost. This year, whoever makes the team in June at the trials is scheduled to go to Italy. So, I went to Canada in 2019, which was the last time we had 3D Worlds. We would have had it in 21, but it was, they skipped a year for COVID. Yeah. But the cost for me just to go from here to Canada stay in the host hotel, buy the jerseys. There's like a $500 entry fee just for the tournament. I was over $5,000 out of pocket just to do that tournament. So, the cost to go and represent the United States is pretty extreme for most people. And, if we could help, archers that make that team, you got to remember you got 3 longbow, 3 traditional, and 3 barebow, and that's your single string. And then you have 3 compound archers, and you have 3 of each gender. So you're going to have 6 longbow archers, 3 men, 3 women. So you add that up, you got all those people going, all of them having to go out of pocket for that. Now some of the folks we got together, did Airbnbs, ride share, but when you're going to other countries, think about going to Italy. You're not just going to fly straight into Italy. You're going to have layovers. You're going to have all this thing. You got to get your equipment there. I mean, the cost is large. So anything that we can do to help out with that, I mean, that's what we're raising money for. And we're not going to stop there. We're not just going to raise money, for that one event, for that one team. We're going to try to help supplement the cost for anybody that's going and competing to represent the United States at, whether that be field or whether that be some tournaments. There's a big indoor tournament in Roma in December. We're looking at some of that. We're gonna name some tournaments where we're gonna try to help financially get some people there so that we send the best people we can send to represent the United States, to let everybody know, just what kind of quality of shooters we really do have here.
Yeah, and so everyone, I mean, if you can't make the single string camp and you want to support archery, you can still donate some money to the cause. And I don't want to beef on this, and people are really like, you're just trying to, we're not. This is not about that. This is about exactly what Trevor said. If you want to donate, you can't make it, and you say, hey, I can't make it to Ohio this year, help out the team. You're a single string archer. It's going to improve. And then the turnout is going to be a good one this year, I think, for the single string boot camp. So, encouragement to continue doing this over and over again. And again, you heard Trevor say, and Trevor, that's amazing that people like Demer are offering their time up. It's just Fawn Gerard. It's her home club, but I mean, she has, amazing insight and advice, and she's always in the top 3 in the US, and just fantastic, man. Fantastic talent that's going there. So that's pretty awesome. Whereabouts do they go? Where do they go to donate if they wanted to donate, say, for example?
So right now, if anybody is on Facebook and part of the 22 USA Single String Archery Bootcamp, there's definitely a lot of links there to go to, like a PayPal link to send some money. In the next few weeks, we're going to have a website up with a donate link on it. So that's kind of, this is the first time I've talked about that. So, you're getting a first here. Yeah. So we're working with a gentleman who is I think he's a pretty new archer. He's in Arizona, and he actually just reached out and said, hey, this is what I do. I'm a graphic designer. I can make websites. I'd like to help. And he's just donating his time for free. So we're getting logos, we're getting a website, we're getting a donate link, we're going to put our sponsors up there, the folks that have donated already to help fund the boot camp and help fund, the archer's trip to Italy this year. So, we're going to put all that up on a big website, and it'll be there for you. So I'll be sharing that out in the near future. And but if you do want to donate, some information I could give you right now, you can email us at singlestringarcheryclub@gmail.com, and we'll respond and either give you the PayPal link or whatever if you're not on Facebook. But or just reach out to me if you know how to get a hold of me through any means necessary, email, Facebook, whatever, Instagram.
Perfect. And then so we'll that's a good segue into, Triple T Strings too, getting hold of you. So I know this sounds like money. Shut up, guys. Shut up. This is important. So this helps out another archer too. So Trevor, I've talked about this a dozen times, and anyone that will listen to me, I'm a good friend with Grizzly Jim. and he makes great strings, man. If you're in the UK, you know, and you need shipping there, and he's really quick. But I'm saying if you're in the US, man, check out Triple T, because, and that's Trevor's company, Triple T Strings. And I'll just pump you up here a little bit. And I hate to sound like I'm a fanboy, but I mean, it's just, you know, you get the string, it's perfectly made. Your knock fits every time. The string loops fit good on ukas, you know, because you specifically make them for those if you want that. And then you tie the knocking points on. And I think one of the things, you know, in Archery Geek and Quick Shots, you know, sometimes it's new archers that are listening to this. They don't necessarily know what a knocking point is or how to use it, or that they need 2 knocking points. You know, they put on that brass thing that comes with it. It's just not as elegant or nice as what you do, man. So I appreciate you, man. I do pump you up. But tell us a little bit about your company and how you got started with that.
Yes. So, you know, it starts like anything. I had to start making my own strings, and this was probably 15 years ago, because, you know, I would buy them and they would show up the wrong length, right? I mean, even if you get established with somebody and, you know, you buy, it just wasn't working for me. You know, I literally could not buy a string that was what I wanted. And so I said, okay, I'm going to start making my own. And from there, I just practiced on my own equipment for many years. And then one day, you know, I started meeting more people in the community, and somebody said, hey, where'd you get that string? I said, hey, I made it myself. And they talked me into making them one. And I was really hesitant, to be quite honest, because I told them straight up, I'm like, look, if I don't own a bow that's the same length as your bow, I can't make your string because I got no way to stretch it out. Like, I don't have anything. And they're like, that's cool. That, you know, so it just went from there, man. And then one day I just flipped the switch and I said, you know what, these things, they may not be the best, but I got to start helping people get better strings. I can at least make them the right length. And so the community has got behind me, and, you know, now we're making thousands of strings a year, and it's just awesome. And I will help anybody who wants to learn to make a string, who wants to learn how to make a string better. You know, you were talking about the tie knocks. So that's actually a thing. I believe I watched Ryan Sanape from Hawaii. I watched one of his videos and either slightly modified it or whatever. His video went away and I couldn't find it anymore. And so I put the video out there to show people how to put adjustable tie knocks on their bow, because it's things I can't live without. Like, I would die if I had to go back to a brass knock and put knock pliers back in my quiver again. I mean, it would just be a hit to my system, you know? So, I mean, we just want, there's a lot of times guys will give up bows or think a bow, you know, is junky, or they don't like the bow, and it's just the string. I mean, you know, so many bows shoot so much better with a good string on them. So yeah, I just want to give back that way to the community if I can. And like I said, I'm currently working with several builders in the Facebook community, helping them get better. And we're just kind of a community, you know, we're all helping each other. We have a chat going, and somebody will say, hey, I've never done one of these. What's the string length? And, you know, I'll reply with the information or whatever. So yeah, behind the scenes, it looks like we're, you know, up front, it looks like we're all competitive, all trying to get the job, but behind the scenes, we're all friends, and we're all just working to make better strings for everybody. So that's what it is, man. That's 100% what we're after.
I love that too. And, you know, I was making fun of your shirt. You got a push shirt on.
Yeah, wearing a push shirt. Yeah.
Hey, so we wear that. You're like, I made fun of you. I said, you can't wear that on my show, but come on, man. I love those guys. You know, there is no competition between us, except I'm way better than they are. You know,
yeah, honestly, like when I was you said something right before we turned the cameras on, and I didn't even think, because I was, you know, I don't even see that as a competitive,
no, there isn't. Exactly right.
I mean, it is, but it isn't, right? Because we're all such a big family. I don't even think of anybody as my competitor, quite honestly. Like, you know, and some people I get do this for profit, and it's their livelihood, and that's how they're, you know, putting food on their table. But you know, people need to know that that's not me. I mean, I do everything in archery. I do because I want to do it and because I have fun doing it. or because I'm helping somebody out, right? And I'm not sponsored. I'm not, unless it's by myself. Of course, I don't charge myself for a bowstring, but I'm not that bad. But so yeah, when I go down there and whip it up, thanks guys. But yeah. But other than that, like I said, I mean, I'm just here for pure enjoyment and to help everybody out. I mean, that's what I'm after.
That's awesome, man. And hey, let's talk a little bit about that then. Let's take it one step further. When you're standing on the line and you're competing, are you trying to beat everyone's ass, or what are you trying to do? What are you doing there?
I tell you what, man, it's been a journey, because I did the wrong thing for 15 years. I mean, I did what everybody who teaches theirself in the backyard did. I had a glove. I had, not the gloves are bad. And I just thought that the volume of arrows was equal to getting better. So the more you shoot, the better you get. And I did that for 15 years. And about 5 years ago, and that's why it kind of seems like I might be a little bit new on the scene to some folks, even though I'm sitting here saying I've done this for, 20 plus years. Because for 15 years, I was blissfully happy to shoot arrows in my backyard and just hit things like take a 3D pig target. If I could hit that and it looked like it might kill it at 20 yards and less, I was like, that's all I desired to do. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I hunted and I hardly ever killed anything, but man, I felt really trad and good about it. And then one day, like, something just switched and I was like, I want to get better. So, once I figured out I couldn't even go to a local shoot and beat some of the people there, I was like, okay, I got a problem, because, there's all these people traveling these big regional shoots and they got to be better than these local guys. And, what am I? So, that's kind of where my journey started, man. I just had to, relearn everything that I was doing the proper way. And, now when I'm on the line, honestly, I'm almost to the point where I don't really care what everybody else is doing. I mean, I'm happy for them if they do great, but I'm just there to, like, beat myself. Like, I'm getting a large amount of enjoyment from just mentally being able to properly execute my shot. And I don't know, I just gain a lot of enjoyment from that. And just to be able to stand there under the highest pressure situations possible and execute, that's what's doing it for me. So, again, I'm happy for everybody, but yeah, I'm in it for what's between the ears at this point. If that makes any sense.
No, that's absolutely great. And that's a lot of what I'm hearing from a lot of people, at your level of archery. Hey, what do you, give us a piece of advice that helped you to get to that level, to get to that spot? Like, what can,
man, I'm gonna do a quote. Can I do a quote?
Yeah.
It's a Rick McKinney quote, and I guess I'll just go ahead and plug it. He's got a book out. It's called gosh, and I'm gonna screw up the title. It's like The Simple Art of Winning or something like that. I'm kind of into learning from a lot of the older folks now. I'm getting. I just downloaded Lanny Basham's audiobook last week. I've got that book, Simple Art of Winning. So Rick McKinney says the secret to archery, if there is one, is to stay as close to simple archery as possible. Mm-hmm. So, and what I think he means by that is that, we have a new problem, and maybe Rick was before his time in anticipating this, because I don't know when that book came out, but I kind of feel like, I live most of my archery on Facebook, and it's knowledge overload. And I fell into, like I told you about 5 years ago, I decided, hey, I got to get better at this. I fell into the information overload, and I got too much information. And I was this guy out there just executing everything I learned all at once and not quite the correct way. And then I flipped it around and I started going to the big tournaments, and I noticed that the guys on the podium were not doing all these things that I was doing. And, that's when I really started learning, and I really started learning what was important. But I think if it was just a one-liner that I could give anybody, that's definitely it. The secret to archery is to keep it simple.
Keep it simple. It's not simple when you're on that line and there's a million things going. Oh my gosh, you're going to miss the target. You're going to miss that. I just got done shooting 40 targets with Jeff Hale, and I'll tell you, he's been such an inspiration to me over the last few weeks here. It's changed. It's exactly what you said. Get out there and get doing it, right? And then you see what these guys are doing that are successful. And I thought I was doing everything right. And I thought, yeah, no, I'm good. Nope. It's same story. So I'm glad. So this kind of information, right, that you're saying took you 15 years to learn, you're willing to give that away at, the single string boot camp, in a weekend. It's just amazing. It's like you guys went through the jungle. It's like, when you go through the jungle, you hack a little bit and the guy behind you hacks a little bit more. And then pretty soon it's just me walking straight through the jungle. I don't have to hack anything away. So,
I wrote a profile on every mentor that's going to be at the boot camp this year. And so if you go to the group on Facebook, there's a featured section at the top and it kind of scrolls left and right. And you can go through there and you can look at each mentor. And I wrote, all their accomplishments and stuff. And honestly, I've done some pretty cool things, but I felt pretty undergunned writing those other guys' profile because they've all got double and triple, the awards and buckles and, stuff that I do. And I feel a pretty heavy burden with all these people coming. We're going to have probably 100 folks there. And so, I feel a heavy burden because I realized early on what was going to happen. We were going to have new folks, which I work with all the time. And we were going to have guys like, I'm just going to call his name again, Lee Wilkins, show up, who, if I was on the line against him, he's got a good chance of kicking my butt. That's for sure. Right. So it's like, I need something that I can give people. I can give it to Lee, I can give it to a new person, and it's going to be applicable to everybody, and they're going to get value out of it. Because I really mean what I say in that I want everybody to go home from this boot camp better than when they showed up. So, and I know all the mentors, we haven't talked about this, but I'm sure that they all feel the same way. They feel the burden of, hey, I need to give these people something good because they're spending money, they're buying plane tickets. The cost of entry alone is alone, it's nothing compared to the plane ticket these people are going to have to buy. There's people flying, we have people coming from other countries to this thing. So we got people coming down from Canada. We have a guy coming from, where's he coming from? Somewhere over in Europe, I can't even remember now, but they're coming from Mexico, Europe, Canada. To come to this thing because of the talent that's going to be here. And so, we feel the burden too, to give you guys all something that's going to send you home better. So I got something really cool. And I think you're going to like it. So I've been working on it. I'm going to keep working on it. And hopefully by the time boot camp gets here, I'll have it ready to go.
Hey, so you can bring any bow you want. So you bring your single string, you can bring a ASL to like a bare bow rig.
Yeah, definitely bring a single string bow. Whatever. My suggestion would be if you have multiple bows, bring one that you're very comfortable drawing, very comfortable maybe trying a new technique. If we all brought our 60-pound hunting bow, we may not be able to do an exercise where we draw it back and hold it for 15 or 20 entire seconds, right? Not that we're going to do that. I don't have any plans to do that with anybody, but the point being, if you got a nice light target bow that you shoot really well and accurately, that's what you should bring. If you're just a hunter and all you have is your 50-pound hunting bow, then you bring that, and we're going to do what we can do. Like I said, everything's going to be applicable to everybody. So just bring the best bow, your favorite bow, and you'll be good to go.
Hey man, thanks very much for joining us today. That was excellent. I really do appreciate you. And again, reach out Triple T Strings to talk to Trevor. And again, if you want to get to the single string event, sounds like it's filling up. Wait, I should ask. Do you got room?
Yeah, we got room. So, we've even got some folks going to pitch in and help out that may not be on the list. We got some surprise guys coming in, and there's a few things. And I haven't even, we haven't even scratched the surface. Like, the door prizes are insane. We're giving away bows.
What?
Entire bows. Yeah, we've got like things going on. I've got vouchers for arrows. I've got free bows. I've got, you know, I mean, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, we got room. It's a big facility, and we have a plan. I mean, you went to the 2019 boot camp, right? So,
Yep.
you know, we kind of rotate around mentors in small groups. Personalized attention is what you're going to get. Small group, personalized attention time with each mentor to ask all the questions you have. You know, if somebody needs to pull you to the side to help you with something specific, just ask. If you've got a big problem, I mean, yeah, we're going to have a crowd. Like I said, it could be up to 100 folks. We're getting there, but we're definitely going to keep it small time feel, right? You're going to get that personalized attention that you're looking for.
All right. With that, we'll let everyone go, but thank you very much, Trevor. Appreciate you. Thanks for putting this on, and thanks for supporting the single string community, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks, everyone,
thanks for having me.
Hey, no worries, man. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.